I know why you agreed to this mission, but we can do better things with Dooku's fortune than hide, Hunter.
Welcome back to WD Magicast for the week of January 8th, 2023. This is episode 210. WD Magicast, the show about the mouse, the Marvels, the galaxy, and beyond. I'm your host, Matthew Gracon. And in this week's show, Dave and I sit down and discuss Star Wars, The Bad Batch, Season 2. The opening 2 episodes. They have dropped. They're released on Disney Plus. And available for your enjoyment. Find out what we think of this fledgling second season of Star Wars, The Bad Batch. And then sit down and watch episode 3 today on Disney Plus. We'll be back after these words from our friends and sponsors.
Hello there, Disney Marvels podcast friends. This is Anthony King, host of the new podcast, Force Ghost Conversations. Each week, this show will be your home for cozy, deep dive discussions into all things Star Wars. We will break down the latest news, announcements, movies, TV shows, comics, books, and everything else in a galaxy far, far away. We can be found on every major podcast listening site, and you can also join the conversation with us via Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Force Ghost Conversations. We look forward to having you join us around the campfire then for some Force Ghost conversations, and may the Force be with you.
And now, on with the show. "2023 is merely just a week old now at this point, and it's already bringing us gifts. One of these gifts was one of the things we mentioned as something that us on the show here were excited about, and that's the Bad Batch, Star Wars Bad Batch Season 2, dropped January 4th, 2 episodes drop, and I had to bring in someone who is as cunning as Hunter, as smart as Tech, as versatile as Echo, and as strong as... Oh, and I forgot his name. Wrecker. Thank you. It's not late enough. Wrecker. Yeah. This would be obviously Dave. Dave is back to discuss Star Wars Bad Batch Season 2. And welcome back, Dave.
Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me back again.
No problem. No problem. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Yeah, so Bad Batch is back. Got some other Star Wars news stuff going on. And things are good this year so far. Knock on wood. Things have been coming along.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how... I was excited to see this. I don't know if it met your expectations for the first 2 episodes, but I still think there's how many episodes are we supposed to get from this? Is it like the first season?
First season, same amount as the first season, 16 episodes again.
Yeah, because I still think there's a lot more to be explained in the remaining, I guess, 14 episodes that we got coming.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because this one, they were good. Visually, they looked incredible. They're 2 good episodes. It's just it was just like another Sid adventure. It didn't delve into, like, I guess, the main overall arc of them. You know what I mean? That's what I got from the 2 episodes.
And
I don't want to call them filler episodes. You know what I mean? Because it's too early for filler. It was, you know what I mean? Like, I was a little disappointed because I was expecting a little bit more from it. You know what I mean? But they were still good.
yeah. Well, see, and here, let me lay the course of the season. So we start on January 4th, 2 episodes. it's running till March 29th, so it does overlap with pretty much for a whole month. Overlap with Mandalorian because Mandalorian starts March 1st.
Okay.
We'll have 2 episodes for the mid-season on February 8th, which will be episodes 7 and 8.
Okay.
Then we get 2 at the end for the finale on March 29th, which episodes 15 and 16. So that's how that all lays out. It's how I viewed these 2 episodes. And in case if you're not familiar with our reviews, we do tend to get to spoilers. We try not to, but we end up doing it anyway.
Right.
How I saw these 2 episodes were kind of back in the saddle again.
Right.
You know, last time we saw our heroes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is the day in the life of our heroes now?
Right.
And okay, things haven't changed too much. Now, maybe it was just me, but Omega seems like she's grown up a little.
Yes. She's grown up. She knows how to use that bow a little better.
Yeah.
But she still doesn't listen. She still doesn't stay in the
no,
ship.
She definitely doesn't listen. But there's a little more maturity to her.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, not this little, innocent, never step foot off Camino child that she was when we first met her.
Right.
You know, she's a little more daring, a little more brash. Still making her own little crazy decisions, not listening like children. So it was just kind of more the overlying message to the episode seems like it was just a a confirmation episode that yes, we still believe in you. We still care about you, Omega. We still care about you. We still happy that you're part of the team.
Right. But the constant reassuring her, though, you know what I mean?
That got a little like, okay.
Right.
All right. We get it. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of thought we would have put that to bed after the first season. You know what I mean? But it just in this one, she's still looking for that to fit in and stuff. And I'm like, I thought we were already a part of the group, you know? So, and I wonder, because her character, I'm not saying she's going to be anywhere near Ahsoka, but do you see like them trying to build her character as like the mainstay of another big Ahsoka type character?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to go that route. At the moment, though, to me, she seems more like Rebels.
There's a bunch of people in Rebels back.
The kid.
Oh, Ezra?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
More of a Ezra type of a character.
Yeah.
You know, the young, full, just kind of make their own decision, just, found family type of scenario, which that's a common theme that throughout Star Wars and you pick a Star Wars, found family is a theme to that story.
Right.
But yeah, Ezra's, kind of learning his way along, and she's learning her way along. Yeah, that they start teaching her now. Granted, they're more accepting of her than the Rebels were of Ezra.
Right.
But it's still that kind of same setup, more so than I think Ahsoka.
True. Yeah, but again, this is Filoni. You don't know what his end
Filoni's
game is.
got 15 cards up his sleeve.
Exactly. So, but here's the thing. Like, again, I think I said this before on the show. With Ahsoka, in the beginning with her character, it took time for her to grow on people, and then boom, everybody loved her. So I'm like, is he trying to do this again with her? You know what I mean? Not that she's not a likable character, she is, but I'm like, what did it? Because it just seems like they're really focused around her. So what is her? I'm curious to see what her end game is down the road.
Yeah, I I don't know, but I have a feeling that she again is going to be quite key in what's going on.
Because isn't she supposed, like the rumors are, or I don't know if they actually mention it, that she's like Boba Fett's brother, because she's
well,
like
she's
one of
definitely not Boba Fett's brother.
sister. You know what I mean? Sorry,
Boba Fett's her brother.
I misspoke, because she was like the last pure clone or something like that.
Well, they did infer that in season 1. Yes, that
Right.
that they that there was a request for 2 pure unaltered or relatively genetically altered clones.
Right.
One of which we knew to be who became Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's her. So there's the Alpha and the Omega Greek for the beginning and the end.
Right.
Of the Greek alphabet. So yeah. So there is some sort of connection implied there. I mean, how you go about filling that in and making something of that. In what way do you make something of that? I don't know. I was searching around on the internet, unfortunately, and he came upon someone made. He thought at first it was real, but I'm like, no, this is not a real toy. This is a someone made with their 3D printer or something. A female character, Star Wars character in Boba Fett armor,
Mm-hmm.
and they labeled it Omega.
Okay.
On the blister pack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's a concept, great looking figure, but no, I don't foresee her becoming a bounty hunter, especially in this season.
Right. Exactly.
I just in general I don't see her becoming a bounty hunter because there's nothing directly connecting her or that she's aware of any Mandalorian connection with her. So why?
Right at this point.
Yeah.
Right. But is the end game? We get that reveal. Maybe we see Boba Fett in Bad Batch animation, and then they can actually pull Omega's character. If they were ever to do a Book of Boba Fett season 2 or something like that, they could pull her into the live action as well if they wanted to delve into there, like they did with Ahsoka. Pure speculations, man. But I'm just saying, like, I want to know where this character is going.
Yeah, and it's a long run. It's a animated series, and we're only on season 2.
Right.
We got the long haul there. Now, if they do a Book of Boba Fett 2 anytime soon,
mm-hmm.
would she show up? I'm going to tell you now. I mean, again, I don't know anything. I haven't talked to anybody. I know nothing. But this is just me trying to read the tea leaves, as it were. No, she wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Because we don't have enough of her story. Why Ahsoka could show up is because we have Ahsoka's story.
We have her entire backstory. Right.
Right. We know everything we need to know about Ahsoka leading up to that point that she showed up.
Right. And at this point, there's no rumors of a Book of Boba Fett 2 coming out, correct?
No.
Right. So, we've yet to see how this plan plays out. So once we see it play out, then, who knows? It may be the plan, but they're just not greenlit yet to do it. So
now, going in the opposite direction, is it completely unheard of that Boba Fett could show up in this series at some point? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Boba Fett showed up in Clone Wars, right?
Yep.
He's around at this time.
Right.
He's definitely, he's a character that's going on. I mean, we saw Cad Bane show up last season.
Yeah.
We even saw Fennec Shen show up last season. So we do have some of the bounty hunter stuff. And Fennec Shen was working for somebody, and we still don't know who.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of answers they left out there And I'm not saying these two were a waste, but it's just like, again, like I said, it was just another let's go on a mission for Sid,
Well, but yeah, it's a reestablishing. You
Right.
know, you don't want to hit the ground running too fast because you will get you're gonna get exhausted by.
Right, true. But you don't
15.
want, for a 16 episode thing, you don't want like half of your episodes just them being, running the missions still. You know what I mean?
No, and I don't think we're going to get as much of that this season as we did last because
Mhm.
just I'm trying not to read too much into these titles, but next week's episode actually will be the one that drops today when this episode drops.
Mhm.
So I'll mention the name, The Solitary Clone.
Okay.
So it doesn't give a synopsis, which is fine. I don't want to know too much. But yeah, it's so we're already we could take a guess at what that means, and I'm not going to say anything. But it's I think we're going to hit the ground running faster this season than we did the first season. Of course, the first season you're still establishing the characters, establishing the world, establishing everything else. So you've done that. You need to go back and reestablish things and kind of get where are we at now. So the clones are still Clone Force 99 still working for Sid, doing the odd jobs. And still trying to, make money that way. That's how they're earning their living. They've upgraded, they cleaned up their armor a little bit. They got a new paint job on their battle outfits.
And they introduced Wanda Sykes' character, Fee Genoa. She had. So I'm wondering, they wouldn't just introduce her.
No, she's going to show up again.
She's got something to play in this down the road too.
Yeah, she definitely shows up later on. That's no no surprise there.
Yeah, she's got one. She has that recognizable voice, man. Because I didn't know she was in it. As soon as she started talking, I'm like, they got Wanda in here.
Yeah, that I thought the same thing too.
Yeah.
As soon as she opened her mouth, I'm like, oh, yep, know who you are. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. So the guy that they ran into, was Hector Alonso. Voiced Romar Adele was voiced by Hector Alonso. You're going, who's Hector Alonso?
Yes, who's Hector Alonso? Sorry. Hector Alonso. I see his picture. Oh, I know who he is.
I was going to say, you know who he is.
Oh,
he was
I
in
know
the Princess
who that is.
Diaries. He's in Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride, Beverly Hills Cop, Last Man Standing. He was Tim Allen's boss.
Yeah, yep. I know exactly who that is. Okay, never mind. Because I just saw his picture. I was like, oh, never mind. We're on the same page now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look through his credits, I mean, the guy's he was even in the new Thundercats. So, he's done quite a bit. So, yeah. So that's awesome. He's Hector Alonso.
He played that clone. That was right. He was a clone in this. He's not a regular. He was in a stormtrooper outfit, right?
No. He was the guy. When the two factions broke up, so Tech, Echo, and Omega were in the forest trying to get away from the troopers, and they ran into the villager.
He played the villager?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right.
Because the clones are all D. Bradley Baker.
Right. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to rewatch his scenes and see if I can pick the voice out now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Wanda Sykes, boom, you knew who that was. I don't know if he changed his voice or whatever, but I couldn't tell it was him.
With the amount of voiceover acting that he does, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
And then, of course, towards the end, you have Vice Admiral Rampart show back up.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I think that was really the key moment for these two episodes. Everything else was, okay, this is what they're up to. They're on this mission. They're on that mission. This is going on. But meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
And then the stuff that Vice Admiral Rampart was saying, hide this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, why is he doing that? What's his intent?
He doesn't want to get choked out by Vader because he messed up.
It could be. Well, it wasn't even Vader. No, because he didn't mention Vader.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like he mentioned Tarkin, and then Tarkin,
Yeah, it would
run
Tarkin.
up the right. It would have run up the totem pole, and then Vader comes in. I heard you messed up.
Vader's under Tarkin. Remember that.
You're right. You're right.
As weird as everyone thinks that Vader's up, no, Vader's actually not the number 2 on the totem pole.
You're right. Wow. That's interesting.
So is it because of that he doesn't want to, I screwed up,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel there's something more scheming there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personal mission to go out and get them. I don't know. That's
He just wants to, or he could just simply just be covering his what because he did mess up. So
yeah, but there's the way that he was. Like there was a connivingness to him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, wait, what? They're still around? No. There's like,
maybe he has the ambitions of being the next Tarkin. Like who knows? And he doesn't need that on his
in
record.
that organization, most likely.
Yeah.
So we will see where this is going. But again, that was the key moment that I think that's gonna latch on through this season.
Yeah, and it was awesome to see like all the stormtroopers there. You even got to see the speeder bikes. You see them roll up on the.
Yep.
So that was pretty awesome.
The speeder bikes, the hover tanks, been sitting there for how long in mothballs.
Now the clones have not yet at this point been totally pushed out yet, right? Like there's still some clones in there mixed in with. Normal...
because most of those troopers were clones.
Right.
And you can tell which ones that are in the animation style that they're using. You can tell who are the clones and who are not in uniform because they still have the clone helmets with the visor that has the drop down point.
Yes.
Versus the visor that just goes straight across for the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone that we see in this episode were clones. Which again. It's like, okay, we're going to use you for remote manual labor.
Yeah.
That's where they put the clones at the moment. And then, even Rampart's actions at the end, you can tell still what he thinks of the clones, that they are completely dispensable, that they are subhuman.
Now, is the clones arc? Do you think that will... will we have an Order 66 for the clones where they wipe them all out? You know what I mean? Like, do we get an answer? Because obviously they get phased out eventually,
Yeah. And even Alonso Romar makes reference to that, about the clones who used to work for the what were they called? The Republic. Who now work for the Empire, and the Empire is now turning against them and getting rid of them as well.
Right.
How funny. So he was mentioning, he even knows that they are getting rid of the clones. So yeah, I think you're going to see it more dwindle. Again, they mentioned that, they brought that up in last season. I think that's another theme that will continue through this season. We saw a lot of them in this one, but it's still you're gonna see more normal stormtroopers, non-clone stormtroopers, taking over. And
well, I mean, as much as it's a show about the Bad Batch, like I wonder if they would delve into that. Like, do the clones that are left, fight back because they are getting phased out or being whatever, taken out or hunted or something like that. So do they fight back? And that is how they totally eliminate them and then move on with the regular, non-clone stormtroopers. Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if we do not see something about that in this season.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I haven't seen anything beyond these two. I know people who have.
Right.
I don't want to know because I want to enjoy the ride.
Right.
So I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different angles and things that they can cover. One of which, of course, is the growing empire and the strength of the empire, and again how it's taking over and have its evil fingers seeping into the corners of the galaxy. But as far as like, is there going to be an Order 66 somehow or Order 99?
Order 99.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We have a whole season still ahead of. We still, like you said, 14 more episodes. 13. When you're listening to this one.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see. I predict a lot of good stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
If last season was any indication of what we can expect, I think we're in for a good treat.
Yeah. No, again, they were two good episodes. I had no issues with them.
I was told that I was promised that I will enjoy what's season.
Coming. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just okay. We got the comfort zone back with these guys. Now it's time to let's get the meat and potatoes out there and move along the storyline.
Like I said, even just going, this Solitary Clone, the title of this week's episode.
Because we didn't see Crosshair, so I'm wondering if that's who that's speculating to be about.
Well, and that's my speculation of that. It, you guys listening now, you may have already watched it and going, no, it was nothing about Crosshair. What is wrong with you? Or yes, right. You're right. It was actually all about Crosshair. My assumption would be that it's about Crosshair because, again, where is he at? And right. I wouldn't be surprised if we get moments potentially they could do full episodes if they really wanted to about his story and kind of his venture, what's going on. Mm-hmm. So we get something about him and then we get something about the rest of them, or because at some point again they're going to meet up.
Yeah. And I'm still curious. He said he took his chip out, but I'm wondering if he actually did have that inhibitor chip taken out.
I'm still not fully convinced he has.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Yes, but I'm still not fully convinced he has. I'm still on the fence about that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he said he did. Did he though?
Exactly. Did he? Where's his scar on his head? I didn't see one. There's no Band-Aid. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see. So, yeah, we'll see about this. Well, it's I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come. And at the end of March, we'll probably do a recap and go, hey, wow, okay,
right.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Right. Because they're in a timeline where they could run into anybody and everybody. You know what I mean? So it's totally open to what we could potentially see. So the only thing we can do is just wait every Wednesday, right? Wednesdays? We wait every Wednesday for a new episode.
Every Wednesday.
And trust in Filoni. That's about all we can do.
In Filoni, we trust. Absolutely. Some of the theming stuff that, some things are still the same. Again, the characters are still the same. The Bad Batch themselves only use the stun setting.
I saw that, yeah. Until until Wrecker got that big cannon and he started blowing
Oh, well,
everybody
yeah,
up.
that's true. Yeah, with the cannon. But he wasn't shooting at the people. He was shooting at the rock walls.
It looked like a couple shots went right at him, man.
Yeah, maybe. He only hit the rock walls. I
Right,
mean,
right.
he is a clone after all. Their aim is only so good.
True. But that was funny. He's like, I know how to make a tank, boy. Boom, he's blowing everybody up.
The escort jets are come flying in. Oh, boom.
Yeah. I did notice that, though. I'm like, you know, the differences between, you know, they're hitting people with stun beams, and then you got the guy, what was his name? The, hold on. The Admiral Rampart, you know, doing what he did at the end. So you had the two differences between, you know, characters. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why.
I think we're in for a good adventure.
Yeah.
We're definitely in for a good adventure. In other new Star Wars stuff, it does. Well, I guess we should give these things ratings, shouldn't we?
Yeah, why not?
It says it's one story. Let's do both of. I'd say both of them together
in one shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So combined episodes 1 and 2, what would you give out of 10?
I'll give it like an 8. I'll give them an 8. Enjoyable. They didn't, you know, didn't blow me away, but they were enjoyable. You know.
Yeah, I think 8's a appropriate one. I think I will join you on the 8 there. 7 feels too low. It's definitely not a 9 yet.
Yeah, and I was like 7.5. Because I was, you know, debating 7.5, 8.
Right. 7, yeah. 7 feels too low. I don't think I'd sleep well with that. 8.5 at most. That's pushing. Definitely, you know, we're not at 9 yet.
Yeah.
8 is a good, comfortable score.
I don't want to Andor it, where, like, you know, the first couple episodes of Andor, I gave it really high, and then like the better episodes were way at the end, and I couldn't believe I gave it such a high score in the beginning.
Why did I give that a 9?
No, 8 feels about right.
They did a prison riot.
Yeah, exactly.
And they all sang "Kumbaya" with the Empire soldiers in the prison around the waterfall together. It was beautiful. Spoiler alert! Sorry.
Spoiler. Yeah. Oh God. So.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be another fun season.
Yeah, absolutely. A good filler because there's nothing really else going on right now. So it's going to be a good filler going into The Mandalorian.
Yeah, because we essentially have 2 months till The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We have Quantum Mania coming out.
Yeah.
But that's a movie, so at that point, I mean, there's National Treasure. That's still going on. I haven't watched any of those, and Willow still hasn't finished up yet.
Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to get on Willow. I mean, like I said, I saw like some of the first episode. It seemed like it was going to be good. I just haven't been able to devote my time into that one yet. But I will get to it.
3 episodes in, and I finished the 3rd episode. I think I finished the 3rd episode. I think I just started the 4th episode.
Is there promise to it? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely picks up.
Okay.
And it's I'm starting to enjoy it more now.
Okay.
Now that, you know, they got all the explanation and the backstory and explaining who's who and what's what. I just have one problem with Willow so far. And it's not in the storytelling. It is let me just make sure I get the Tony Revolori.
Is that one of the actors in the show?
Yes.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Flash Thompson.
Yes.
Every time I see him and he talks, but you're Flash.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
I know he did stuff before Spider-Man. He's done stuff after Spider-Man.
Right.
I get that.
Hmm.
Um, I just keep seeing it. I have the same problem with Keanu Reeves. It's like, oh, John Wick and The Matrix and this.
You still see him as
Ted,
Bill. Yeah, Ted, yeah. Or
Ted
Bill.
Theodore Logan. I mean,
Yeah,
whoa, dude. Excellent.
No,
It's like,
yeah. But you got to. I know it's a different genre, but the John Wick movies, man, you got to put that aside, man. He's not Theodore Logan in that one, man.
I'm sure he isn't, but that's gonna be in the back of my mind. It's like,
Mm. No, but no, I see it because like in John Wick, you just wait for him to go, whoa, but
he blows some people away. Whoa.
Whoa.
Blows the smoke out of the gun. Hosts and moves away.
Yeah.
Excellent. Picks up a big gun and starts wailing. Yeah, I one day I'll get there.
But on the flip side on that, seeing him go, okay, so he went from Bill and Ted to Matrix to John Wick, and then he did the third Bill and Ted. So he went back to that. So watching that for me was like, it was weird seeing him go back to that character.
He still got it.
Yeah.
The surfer dude from California.
Yeah.
Speaking of dudes from California, I want to take this moment also to wish a very happy. Well, we're recording this Saturday, January 7th. So very happy birthday. By the time you listen to this, happy belated birthday to Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. And hope he's doing well and feeling better from his snowplow incident. Yeah. Fortunately, it sounds like it could have been a lot worse than what it was. He was very lucky. He made it through this. He's seems to be doing okay from what we have been made aware of.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't know the extent. Like I heard through social media something had happened to him, and then I read what actually happened, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It could have been. He's lucky.
Yes. He's absolutely. So our thoughts and prayer with you, Jeremy. Hope for a speedy, complete and successful recovery from your injuries, and we're right, keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. And happy birthday.
And happy birthday, yes.
You also brought up to me about something new at Savi's workshop.
Yes, the wizards over there decided to create new scrap metal so that we can make new lightsabers, which is smart on their end because that's a good way to get us to go back there to drop another $250 on their lightsabers.
Yep. and the pictures that you sent me, I don't think do them complete justice.
No.
Because in the pictures they look a little more plasticky than they did in the past. But I just think that's the picture, not if you saw the product.
Right, the actual. But I do, from looking at the what did I get? The not the Peace and Justice. I got the
I thought you got Peace and Justice. No,
I got the Power and what is
Power
it?
And Control.
Power and Control, the Sith ones. I think just by looking at those, that looks like a vast improvement. I mean, I love mine, but I just love these new designs.
Move your head. I wanted to look at it again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, see it or no?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to remember what Paige got. I think she might have gotten Peace and Justice.
Because even I think your wife Kim got the one with the Gamorrean tooth, and that's gone. Like they have, what does it look like? Like a horn or something, or
they say bone, but it looks more like a horn. But in the article that you sent me from who is this? WDW News Today. that they believe that it was
I can see that. It looks like a ram horn. You know what I mean? Like a top of the.
primary bone and leather. So what did Rancor tooth is no longer bantha bone.
Bantha bone. Ah, okay. And that's the elemental nature. That's
It's elemental nature.
Mm-hmm.
Mine doesn't. I ended up with the protection and defense one. These look pretty cool. I like on the one emitter switch that they have the crest of the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On there now. You still have the Arabesh, but it's not like, to me, for what this was, it looks a lot more cleaner now. Like a lot more modern versus the one that I got, which has more of an ancient feel.
Yeah.
But it still looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, again, about mine, the power and control, just those black and the silvers or the gray, whatever you want to call it, it just like looks mechanical with the red.
The power, the new power control parts look fantastic, especially I think that's one of the emitter parts there that's got the spikes coming out of it.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, that kills mine. I mean, I love mine, but I'm ready. It's too bad I'm not going there in August.
Take my money. Take my money.
But now, I'm curious if this is going to be like an every 2-year thing or every 3-year thing. You know what I mean? Where they keep switching these things out.
Well,
it would be smart on their end if they want to get people to keep going back there. You know what I mean?
It makes perfect sense for them to. I mean, if you kept it the same always, then your people are just gonna. It becomes stale. It's go. I already got. One. I don't really need to go back and get another one, or I have all 4.
Right. People stop going.
This is what kills me, and I knew of it beforehand, and I forgot about it while we were there doing it, that we should have bought the rest of our scrap. So, because you could.
How much? So the extra pieces that you had that they took away that you didn't use to build yours, you could have kept that?
You could buy it.
Ah, how much to keep all that though?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, it might. Obviously, it's going to be a nominal fee. I don't know. It was like 50, 75. I don't.
Yeah, but that might actually, in the long run,
we'd have to inquire.
In the long run, that might be worth it though, man, because you could switch all that out and change it, at your leisure.
Right, and that's kind of like, I wish I remembered at that moment, because you could only do it at that moment.
Right. Well, I tell you this: if I were to go back and get this new design, I'd get give me the whole thing.
Yeah.
I want those pieces.
Particularly the power and control.
Yeah. My eyes went right to that, because I love how it just pops, man.
Yeah, going through the other one. Oh, that's nice. That one I really like.
Mm-hmm.
There is, again, like I mentioned, the Peace and Justice one that has the emitter switch, the Jedi symbol and the emitter switch. The other ones have the symbol for that category of lightsaber. So the power and control has the power and control symbol. The symbols are the same symbols that are on the pins that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the elemental nature and the Peace and Justice. They all have the symbol rep. You have an option of either the regular switch, or a regular switch, or a switch that has the on-off switch that has the symbol of the style of lightsaber. That's a nice addition.
Oh,
I like that. There's also is it all of them? I want to say it's now all of them. Nope. That one's the only one that doesn't. I mean, they also have the belt clips, all but.
I think I read something that's what they're doing now. They're making them all have. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought I saw something where they you know what I mean? Because even on they can't, because even the elemental nature, you can see that none of them have the belt clip on that one.
No, they do. They all have the. They do have. Even ours, they all had the belt. You can put on a belt clip. They all have, except for elemental nature, a hook.
Right.
Option.
That's what I meant. The hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, elemental nature doesn't. The tooth end doesn't, and then the other side, the one that doesn't have a tooth, has a I don't want to call it a blade, but a point that comes off
Mhm.
the one side.
And that's the one thing with the elemental nature one. The reason why I didn't want to get one of those is because that's got to be hard to display on your wall. You know, I mean, you could do it. You just have to get a different kind of bracket than what like I have for that, because you can't really put that hilt with the bone in that.
Well, that was one of the problems that we're having. We found ones that you hang from the belt clip, so that will work out. Once we inevitably get those and get that up on display, so that would be nice. But most of them are holster from the bottom and facing up. But even Callan's Count Dooku lightsaber, you wouldn't be able to use yours on either because it's curved.
Because it's got the curved base, right?
Yeah. So, something to keep in mind, all you people out there with the 3D printers making the holsters for the lightsabers, you're gonna have to keep these in mind with the new changes.
Yeah. This
the
doesn't
Peace and
say
Justice one has that weird dome off for one of the end caps. Did you see that?
the Peace and Justice. Where's that one?
The top one.
Oh, here I am. It has oh yeah.
Almost looked like a droid head.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it. I'm like, is that what it was supposed to look like?
See, these ones look like they're straying further from lightsabers that we know, like the not so much the nature and elemental one, because you really haven't seen a lightsaber like that at all.
Right.
So that's complete original. But particularly the power and control and the peace and justice ones, the original ones that you were able to get, the first generation of them, you could tell there's a lot of notes that they took from the lightsabers we know of Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, all of those ones that they put into those. So they didn't look exactly like them, but there's enough there to make you think, oh, this is just like Luke's,
exactly
lightsaber. Oh, this is just like Vader's lightsaber.
Right.
Certain particular notes that came from them. These ones don't at all.
No, and to that point, I think that's because of all the legacy lightsabers that are out there now that people are getting. You don't want to have what people are building to look like those legacy ones, because you could just go get a legacy one already made.
Right.
So I think that's why
that will look exactly like.
Exactly. So that's why I think they're going away from that to make it unique, so that you're going to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. The one thing I hope they did, especially with this power and control one, is fix the alignment issue where when you screw them together, that the certain aesthetic pieces didn't always line up properly between segments.
My issue was it would come loose sometimes. You know what I mean? And you'd have to constantly retighten it. But I went online. I saw that there's ways you can fix that. With like tape or something like that, so that it will lock in better. But I'm with you on that. I hope the new version, they kind of worked on that and fixed those like minor issues, with the sabers.
Yeah. Again, it's minor to me. It wasn't that big of a deal. Wasn't that much of a problem.
Yeah, no.
But happy that
Oh, and the other thing I hope they fix too is that it doesn't constantly drain the battery that's in it when you put a battery in it.
Well, I think that could have been an easy fix.
Because it's off. It should not be draining a battery.
Well, the reason why is because the kyber crystals always lit up.
Yeah.
And so even though it's an LED light, it's still you're running power through that. So eventually that's going to drain.
Right.
You could easily have done something with either a Magnalock or a pressure switch or something when you put on the switch plates.
Mm-hmm.
That it would automatically shut it off. Just like a refrigerator. I mean, come on.
Right.
You figured out how to do it in a refrigerator. Why can't you do it in a lightsaber?
With a lightsaber, exactly. Because I'll be sitting here on the computer and I'll hear that noise, and I'm like, "Oh, the battery's dead again."
the other simple solution to that:
take the battery out.
Take the battery pack out.
Right.
Unscrew the bottom. Drop the battery pack out. Screw the bottom back on. Boom.
Right.
There you go. You don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
And then anytime you do want to play with it, just unscrew it, pop the battery pack in, screw it back on. There you go.
Yeah. Again, totally minor complaints, no big deals. It's just that those are if they were to fix them, if there was a thing they would tweak, those are the two things they could tweak.
Absolutely. But again, it's minor.
Yeah.
It is absolutely minor compared to just the amazing, awesome. I mean, people come over and they see these lightsabers and they're impressed with the weight, the feel, the look, the noises that they make, how they light up, how they operate, everything about them.
Yeah.
People just love it. They think it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I still just look at it and just go, I can't believe I have one of these.
Yeah, exactly. I don't regret. Is it on the pricey end? It could be, but
if it is, you have to weigh your budget. You have to consider,
plan ahead that you're going to be dropping that money on it.
Right. And again, to the point, my son, whenever he knew how much money he had going down there, and I told him, you could get, theoretically, if you wanted to, you could buy yourself a legacy lightsaber while we're down there with your money. It would probably be one of the only things that you get. Or probably the only thing that you get. But it will be something that you could hold on, you'll have forever. Something to remind you of this trip, and something that would be unique versus another toy that you would eventually break and throw out and whatnot.
Right.
And he was down there, and you could just see in his face every time he wanted to, you see something like, he asked how much it was. He's like, but then I wouldn't be able to get my lightsaber, right? I said, probably, you're right. You wouldn't be able, if you bought this item, you would not be able to buy your lightsaber. He's like, no, I am going to buy that lightsaber. I'm going to buy that lightsaber. And when we got to the studios the last day that we were going to the park, so we went to every park before that, he held out.
Wow.
And,
that's hard for a kid. His age.
For an 8-year-old kid, that's not an easy task.
Oh.
And we get to Doc Ondar's, and we get in that line, and you could just see him, just the anticipation build up. And then we got to that counter, and they said you could pick 3 to look at, and he's there holding them.
Right.
He just, and he turns them on, lights them up, because they give you the one with the blade in it. And
what were the 3? What were the 3 he looked at?
He looked at Leia's first.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Skywalker's, and then Count Dooku's.
And then Dooku's. Okay. I probably would have went Dooku too.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to be Dooku's, because he lit up Leia. It's like, okay. He lit up Luke's, and it's like, all right.
Right.
But when he lit up Dooku's, and that red light lit up his face, and I saw the expression on his face, that's going to be the one, because his just eyes got big and his mouth opened wide.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, this is the one he wants. I was like, well, there's the dark saber. There's so many options. There's just like, I mean, there's the Darth Maul one, but the problem with the Darth Maul is that you have to buy 2.
It's the dual. Yeah. Yeah.
That one it is, you get only one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the double blade like Darth Maul has, you need to buy a whole second
Well,
one.
it's the same thing with the Ahsoka too, don't you? You have to buy you have to get two, right?
No,
No.
Ahsoka's is a two set. Is a set of two.
It comes in a set of two.
Yes.
So wait,
Which is
Darth
also
Maul
why it's
doesn't
one of
come.
the more expensive ones.
Maul doesn't come with a set of two.
Maul is one. Maul and Cal Kestis are both single.
Oh, why would they do that for Maul when they know it's a double saber?
I don't. That
You know what I'm saying?
I could tell you two theories I have on that.
Mm-hmm.
One is because at one point it becomes a single saber.
Okay. Yeah.
The other one is because there are two versions of the double saber.
Care to elaborate?
Um,
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember what it's called, but so you have the original piece,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's now another piece which is a different emitter
Okay.
and a different handle and everything, that can attach. So you could buy three pieces essentially to make up his two different lightsabers.
So it's because you can't just so there's a separate like a third piece to connect the two to make it his full lightsaber
so
that
you
he
have
had.
the lightsaber part,
Mhm.
and then there is a connector piece that will go on
The ends
on
of
the
each.
bottom of the handle,
Right.
and then
Okay.
let's see here. When did this come out? Kylo Ren, Rey, Ahsoka, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Legacy lightsaber. That's 2019. Shadow Legacy lightsaber. That's the one and that one just came out this year.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
So if I were to go down there like tomorrow, and I wanted a Maul Legacy saber, it's only going to be an individual saber for him.
right.
Okay.
But at the same point, it's actually one of the cheaper ones because that
Okay.
one's only approximately $160 or so.
Oh, that's not bad. Because the other ones are usually what, 2 and change.
Ahsoka's is 2 and change. The dark saber's close to that.
Mhm.
The other ones run from like 150 on up.
Right. Okay.
Which was one of the nice things about the Dooku one, which was actually, even though my wife kept on pressing for us to get the Luke Skywalker one,
Mhm.
for whatever reason Luke Skywalker was cheaper than Count Dooku. Count Dooku's is actually the nicer saber. There's more detail to it and there's more weight to it
Mhm.
than there is to the Luke Skywalker one.
Right.
For whatever reason, the Luke Skywalker one is awfully light.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel as substantial as the other ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my like to the price point. Like with Savi's, like you could spend $250 on or around that on a legacy one, but you're just buying it. You're getting it in a box and you're going home with it, Whereas
Right.
Savi's, you're getting that whole experience of building it, listen to them speak, and then just the whole
it's
experience
a lot of the
of
experience
it is worth it. Yeah.
And you're creating a lightsaber that is more or less one of a kind.
Right.
Exactly. It is your own design. It is your lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Versus right. You go to Doc Ondar's, you go up to the counter, you said, give me a Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Here's the box. There you go.
Right.
Also keep in mind that except for the dark saber and Kylo Ren, Kylo Ren's Color runs only comes with the side pieces. It doesn't come with the main blade, I think it is. You don't get the main blade.
Mm.
Main blade is additional $30-$40
Right.
on top of that. So if you're talking, you get $170 lightsaber, and then you add, say, $40 more to get the blade on there.
Right.
That is $210. You're close to what the cost of Savi's workshop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without the experience.
Right. And that's why I think, I think you went over your experience at Savi's, but I would do that again in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Just to experience that again. Because that was, that was phenomenal. I mean, if you don't get chills, experiencing that and doing that, then, you don't belong in Savi's now.
Yeah, right. Turn in your Jedi nerd card now.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, it is. If you are any kind of fan of Star Wars, it definitely, if you can work the numbers, do it. It is a very powerful, very just well done experience.
Yes.
That I am glad that we did it.
Oh, 100%.
Is something special. Those lightsabers are displayed in my living room. And I just, like I said, people who come over and see them are in all of it.
Yeah. Well, you got yours on your main living room, man. Mine's in my man cave. Nobody sees mine. Except for me every day, So I get to.
Well, I get to see it every time we talk.
We talk, right? Exactly.
It's sticking out the back of your head there.
It's right over my shoulder. But I wonder if you think they'll ever, because I know they have during Savi's you get to pick whatever crystal, but it's the main, it's purple, red, blue, green. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's kind of like the main four colors. I wonder if they'll ever, because there's more colors. There's yellow, white, whatever. Do you think they'll eventually open it up to those colors too that you can pick when you're building them? So I would say no, because they probably want you to go into the room next door and buy them. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly what I was going to say. That from a marketing standpoint, no, it doesn't make sense to do that.
Right.
I mean, absolutely does not on a marketing stand make sense to just give everyone the option of all the colors right there and then. And the white and the yellow one are quote unquote the rarer of the of the crystals. Red, obviously, you gotta have the red, the green, the blue, again, most common. And then the purple's got a lot of popularity there. So yeah, yellow and white are on the rarer end and whatnot. And there's a little less possessed because you stick those in the holocrons and you're not getting a main character.
Yeah.
Which is kind of disappointing. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I forgot I should have brought it over to your house because I don't have a white or a yellow. I could have heard what was going on with those. See who was what voice came through.
The yellow one is a Jedi Temple Guard.
Okay.
He's a character from one of the books. It's, he's not in the movies. The white one is what's his name? The guy from Rogue One.
Again, there's a bunch of people in Rogue One.
I am one with the Force. The Force is one.
Oh, that guy. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yes.
What's his?
And for those out there, we're talking the holocrons that they have right next. It's right next door to Savi's, right? You can get either a Jedi or a Sith holocron and put the crystals from the sabers in them, and they activate voices.
Technically, it's upstairs. It's in Doc Ondar's
Right.
Antiquities.
Mm-hmm.
Blaze Malbus, is that it? No. It's been too long since I've seen these movies. I don't remember who the. Oh no, it's got to be this guy. Chirrut Imwe. That could be him.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they would pull from Rogue One on that. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of the voices that we've heard through the holocrons have been like either the main actors or like somebody from Clone Wars.
Right. For some reason, I thought Leia used a white crystal, but I guess supposedly not. He's the only one that we've ever seen with a white kyber crystal. He wears it around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, we did see in Andor now a white and sky blue kyber crystal.
Right.
So I'm waiting for that to show up.
Yes. You know that's coming. That's only a matter of time.
So, but the only problem is that, okay, to introduce new color kyber crystals to Doc Ondars is that you would have had to pre-program all the old equipment for the new colors.
Yeah, because it wouldn't the new color wouldn't work on my holocrons now because they're not programmed for the new voice. Right.
Right. The encoding in the RFID chip that's inside the kyber crystal would not be read by the new device, and I don't think there's any way for them to plug in and do a flash update into that.
No.
Well, actually,
I know you can do a hard reset on them, but I don't know if you can.
You can do a hard reset. Theoretically, should it be possible on the holocrons? Yes, because you do have the US.
There's a USB
input to it. I mean, it's used for battery charging, but essentially you should be able to do a flash update on that. The lightsabers, though, don't have any type of data link input. So any of the Savi's workshop ones would have had to be pre-programmed, and that's not happening.
I wonder what kind of, if it's a white blue, so it's like a light blue, like when it lit. That would be cool.
Yeah,
so it's like a baby blue.
Yeah, like a sky blue type of effect to it, or one time it turns on its blue, and one time it turns on its white.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know, just speculating on that, but yeah. So that's
we're helping Disney try to take our money in the future. So
yes. Take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Anything else you wanted to bring up?
No, I think we covered it. That was the two things that I had heard of recent, news that we should probably touch on.
Right.
With the new, is there? I didn't see anything in that article. When are these new designs supposed to drop? Did you see anything?
I didn't see anything in there. I've heard.
Because this kind of
I heard something that Disneyland's getting them first.
Oh, in California.
Yeah, and then Disney World will get it, which is generally seems to be how things are happening. That it ends up in Disneyland's shelves first, and then eventually makes its way to Disney World. It's like whenever they came out with the chopper droid, happened at Disneyland and Disney World. Now you could build a CO droid, a chopper droid at the droid depot, or you could also buy the pre-assembled remote control version of Chopper.
They added Chopper to the line? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
That was the other option that I gave my son. Instead of the lightsaber, you could buy a Chopper one. Chopper
he's live now? Like you could go there and get him now?
Yeah.
Ah, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. They're going to keep coming up with ways to take your money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There is no end to the Star Wars goodness. That's out there.
Yeah, because these new designs, that took me, because we went over like stuff that we were looking forward to and on last episode, like what's coming up and all that. I didn't know this, so because I would have said something last, hey, this is what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, see, that's cool. That's awesome. I would be tempted to do that one too, man.
Yeah, I am C1 droids. I'm sorry, they're C1 droids.
C1 droids. Yeah, but
Yeah.
still.
I am extremely tempted to add that to my droid collection as well, just because it is Chopper.
Yeah.
He's the droid with the highest body count.
Yeah. And then we get the maybe B2 Emo. Maybe he'll show up down the road in the drone jeep.
Quite possible. He's got the following as well. Or I forgot his name. The one from Fallen Order as well.
Fallen Order. Yep. Yep. I can see him in there.
He showed up in Book of Boba Fett.
Yep.
And we know Fallen Order is canonical. We have the Cal Kestis lightsaber available to us in Doc Ondar's.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Ah, so much good stuff. Not enough money.
Exactly. Got to work 5 jobs in order to pay for the, to get the collections.
Yeah, I need a bigger house.
Yeah.
I need a bigger office.
Now you got room. I see plenty of room on them shelves. You could put a chopper on there.
I'll just get rid of some of the Legos.
There you go.
I'll move my Doctor Who collection over a little bit.
Uh-oh. We don't have 30 minutes to talk about Doctor Who right now.
No. We'll save that for your foray into Doctor Who. We'll save that for another episode.
Okay, good.
And on that note,
yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, and we'll be talking soon.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for today's show, folks. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Dave, for joining us along again. Let us know what you think of Bad Batch Season 2, the first 2 episodes. Join the conversation on our Facebook group, our Facebook page, facebook.com/WDMagicCast. On Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, we are at WDMagicCast. You can also find us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there, where you could check out the audio feed of the show and some other fun stuff that we have put up there as well. You can also leave us a voice message through the Anchor app or Anchor.fm website. Hear yourself on the show. Record a message electronically on your smartphone, tablet, computer, whatever, and email it to us at email@WDMagicCast. You can also email us any questions or suggestions you may have to that address as well. Links to all these are in the show notes and available on our website, which is www.wdmagiccast.com. I want to thank you for your time. I know how little time we all have these days and how crazy life has been. And the fact that we get to spend time together really means a lot to us. I cannot thank you enough. Please, let people know about the show. Leave us a rating, a review on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. This way, they will promote it to other people. We have all 5-star reviews on both of them at the moment. Truly, we're blessed. Thank you. Keep them coming, though. We need more. We need a lot more. Keep them coming. And tell your friends. Share out a link on the social networks, on your Facebook, Twitter, or whatever social network you use. Share it out. Let people know that you're listening to WD Magiccast. Grow this family. Walt believed in a big Disney family, and so do I. Don't forget to subscribe to the show while you're at it. This way you always know when new episodes are posted. While you're at it, also consider becoming a premium subscriber over. It really helps the show out. You can do this over at anchor.fm/WDMagicCast/support or find our Patreon page. You can also check out our merchandise shop, where you can get yourself some really cool WD Magiccast stuff like shirts, hoodies, mugs, tote bags, notebooks, cell phone covers. Check it out. There's a lot of cool things to get there with our logo on it. And you know what? To be honest, it's really good stuff. I have one of the sweatshirts, and it's real comfortable. My wife has one of the little zip-up jackets, and sometimes I may steal it myself to wear because it's that comfortable and nice. You can find links for all these in the show notes and on the website as well. Because remember, this show is brought to you by listeners like you. I know it's winter. It's that time of the year where things sometimes seem less excitable. Life seems more challenging. And I get it. I truly do get it. But I also know that tomorrow is another day. And the world is a better place with you in it. You are someone special. You mean probably more to someone else than you may ever know. Sometimes just a sheer smile in the hallway can change someone's life. It may change your life too. Never give up, never give in. Be your own hero. And always take that first step. If it's asking a stranger for help, then do it. If it's offering help to a stranger, then do that as well. Now I'd like to end this week's show with a quote from Walt Disney himself. It's a mistake not to give people a chance to learn to depend on themselves while they are young. Again, that's Walt Disney. Thank you again for listening, everyone, and I'll see you next time.